Where was that? Oh. Welcome back. The leader, Jimmy Johnson, moments ago involved in a major pileup. We'll try and sort through it. Jimmy Johnson going into the infield. Let's go upstairs. Mike Joy, Larry McReynolds, and Darrell Walton.
Coming off turn 2. Jimmy Johnson leading the race. There's Kevin Harvick, who is tucked up tight behind Jimmy Johnson. The two made contact. Johnson went around. Mark Martin went to the outside wall. There is Rusty Wallace, crashed to the infield, as is Joe Nemechek. Things got too close in turn 2.
Yeah, there's this bump drafting thing that's going around, and it's gotten out of hand. You know, bump drafting down here, you do down a straightaway, in a straight line, and it seems like everybody's got the idea you can do it just anywhere you want to. Laid into him right there and just gets him loose. Mark has nowhere to go. Everybody starts checking up a little bit, and hello.
Boy, Jeff Burton, the 31, and Tony Stewart, the 20, just makes it through, as well as Bobby Labonte in the 18.
48 car to the garage.
And that will mean that Jimmy Johnson will have to trot out a backup car and start at the back of the 500 with a lot of these drivers here. Whoa, Rusty! Another wild backstretch ride at Daytona for Rusty Wallace. Here's Matt.
And Russell, we've heard Harvick's side of the story, Johnson and Nemechek's. What about your side?
Well, my side was, when I got to it, it was just the whole racetrack was just solid smoke. You couldn't see a thing. And I went to the high side, and I got up there, and I saw Harvick up there. I started to come down to get away from him, but he was just coming across the track. There's just nowhere to go, and that was it. That was a hard hit, man. That's probably the hardest I've hit in my life.
Your last 500, how is the backup car?
The backup car was tight in the Bud Shootout, and we've got a complete different setup in this car. This car here was pretty good. It started pushing on me early, or not early, but about lap 20. I thought I was tearing the tire up, and come to find out I wasn't. So I think we got a pretty good setup for it. And we're not quitting right now, man. We're going to work harder.
Thanks, Rusty.
Rusty Wallace tumbled down the backstretch in this race in 1983, and in the 1993 Daytona 500 went for a barrel roll in the back straightaway.
Meanwhile, left-hand side of your screen, Matt Kenseth in the 17, all over the rear bumper of Rusty Wallace in the 2. Rusty goes up the racetrack. Matt Kenseth will lead this lap in the 17.
Now, see, that's another thing I'm not sure about Rusty's car. This is a long green. Rusty's cars are notorious for being fast for about 50 laps. Then they get a little bit loose on him before he gets ready to make his pit stops.
This is definitely the longest run we've had. We're approaching about 80 to 90 laps into this run.
And when will they have to stop, Larry?
We still have about another 60 laps before they would have to come to pit road should we stay green.
Watch the 49 of Schrader.
Come off a corner here, and he's on the inside of Tony Stewart. Everything's clean there, clean. Ooh. Couldn't tell. Did the 32 get in the back of him?
I think so.
That's what it looked like.
Rusty sneaks through with minimal damage. So does Jeff Gordon. Some places we have, Darrell, comers and goers. Here we have movers and shakers. Rusty Wallace moved too fast down pit road. He got penalized to the back of the pack, but he's been shaking things up after leading 47 laps early in this race. He's now just climbed back into the top 10.
Now, he's still got a good race car. I've been watching him, and he gets him set up pretty good. He's working good on the bottom.
Let's go to Matt.
Last 2 weeks, 2 very strong race cars for Rusty Wallace, but where do you feel like your day started to take a turn for the worse, Rusty?
Well, it took a turn for the worse when I got caught speeding out the very last segment, you know, 100 laps, 150 into the race. I really didn't think I sped, you know, but I guess when a light comes on up there, it says you did. So, you know, that's the way it is. I just didn't feel like it, but, man, nowadays with the light system, when that light comes on, it says you sped, and so it's the way it is. But that got me way behind. I spent all day long trying to catch back up. Got it up to 5th, and that's all I could go.
A great run for Rusty Wallace, scoring his first top 5 finish this season.
Rusty Wallace running a solid 6th. His lap time, Steve, are within 0.2 of a second of our race leader right now.
And Mike, he's been to victory lane 3 times here in his career. He says his car is tight in the center. They're talking about adding a pound of air pressure to the right rear tire to fix that.
I think one thing everyone in the sport would love to see happen once this year, Rusty Wallace go to victory lane, Mark Martin go to victory lane.
Now, Rusty's been running at the end of 25 consecutive races, and that's the longest streak of anybody right now.
Well, we did see Mark go to victory lane in an all-star race, but a good old points event would be good. And both of them make the chase for the cup at the end of the season.
Wouldn't that be something?
Rusty, your car really seemed to come on in the late stages.
Yeah, it really did. It was a good car all day long. In fact, and there was just many times Larry's under radius of manger, the quickest car on the track, the thing is flying. And we looked really, really good. It looks like Biffle made an adjustment halfway through the race. Man, his car just took off like a rocket. But we were in second place in that one restart and just got too tight and ran that way, fell back to 7th, and came in and changed tires and got the thing loosened up and got back up to 5th. But it was had a great, solid car all day long, and that's what I've been looking for, a good, solid run. But good pit stops today. The car handled good. And
the hottest day of the year?
Definitely the hottest day of the year, man. I lost a little weight today, no doubt about it. It was a hot one out there.
And he scores a top 5 finish today, Chris.
Ricky Rudd 4/10 off of Rusty Wallace with 29 laps to go, and Rudd closes again, and now he really begins to put the pressure on. But these are two of NASCAR's all-time best road racers going at it here for the lead.
And they have two totally different styles, trust me. Rusty's in there using stomping them pedals. Ricky's right behind him doing that heel and toe thing, tap dancing his way right to the lead.
And this is what we talked about at the top of the show, Darrell. Rusty's driving it like he stole it. Ricky Rudd is finessing his car around the course.
But both of them are driving like guys that want to get a win. And there goes Ricky Rudd, the 21 car, turn 11. He's going to take the lead.
Clear. Keep digging, baby. Keep digging.
Lack of fuel ruined Rusty Wallace's chances last year of a top 5 finish. And what were you thinking when Larry Carter, your crew, said we've got fuel issues again?
Oh, man, I about freaked out. He said, Rusty, said, you're not going to believe it. He said, we didn't get the car fuel. We're going to have to pit. So we pitted. We went to tailback, and we're driving along, and I'm thinking, I said, Larry, we got to outthink these cats somehow, you know. And then I was looking at the fuel window about how many laps I thought I could go in fuel. Then gambling about how many laps I think we could get when the cautions. And we short-fitted it and just stayed out there, didn't take tires or nothing. I kept having the cautions. But look, man, this year I learned that baby gets top that hill, I'd shut that motor off. And I could coast from there all the way behind that old M&M's trail over there. And then I'd fire back up, run up, shut it off. I ran the whole race with half the motor running, you know. So I learned how to work the fuel, and it worked out good. And I had a good car, too.
Last start here at Infineon Raceway, Rusty Wallace scores a top 5 finish, guys. Dave?
With Rusty Wallace now, your 45th and final start here at Daytona. Are you happy with 4th?
I am happy with 4th. We had a loose car all day long, and I had the greatest team out there today working for me. We put air pressure in, took it out, dropped track bar, pulled spring rubber out, wedge changes, wholesale changes, and right there at the end, we got it right.
You were driving Larry crazy, weren't you?
I was driving Larry crazy. He did a good job for me all night long, but I had to get the thing handled with the last 20 laps. We got her hooked up. I could run every lap wide open right on the bottom. Dale Jarrett really worked with me good, and I'm real proud of everybody. That was a good way to go out. You know, my last ever run at Daytona, a 4th place finish and a 10th in the 500. I got to be proud of that.
Tough place for him to say goodbye, but with a 4th place finish, not bad.
Rusty Wallace. Faster by an eyelash that lap. Kurt Busch looking at the 2.
Here we go, battle for the lead.
Kurt Busch inside of Rusty Wallace.
Hey, that looked pretty easy, didn't it?
Off of 3 to the start-finish line. And 17 to go.
An outstanding day for Rusty Wallace, a 2nd place finish, and what a great race between you and Mark Martin there at the end.
Yeah, that was a good one, no doubt about it. They kept having those restarts. I was going, man, I don't need no more of these starts because he was killing me down to 1, but I was getting it pretty good off the last turn there. But it was a good run for the team. Gaining another points, getting some more points today, which was good. You know, this was I was trying to skirt this joint. This was a tough place, and we got out here clean. So let's go on to Indy now and see what happens.
I guess Rusty his best finish of the season, a 2nd, Matt.
Mississippi, from the famous arch, is Gateway International Raceway, where the hearts and voices of 60,000-plus St. Louis race fans will be squarely behind 3 local brothers tonight who've made their name on the national racing scene, one of whom is winding down a career so successful he's known by just his first name, Rusty. St. Louis, Missouri, home to the Arch, the Cardinals, and to one of NASCAR's finest racing families. The Wallace name is royalty around these parts. Rusty, Mike, and Kenny each honed their driving skills here before making names for themselves on the circuit. Tonight, the city welcomes him home for the final time. After 26 years, over 700 races, and countless memories, Rusty Wallace makes his last call in his hometown.
You don't know nothing about this ticket.
Huge crowd on hand tonight here at Gateway International Raceway for the Wallace Brothers Family Tribute 250. Ralph Shaheen is with Rusty Wallace.
Well, it's hard catching up to him, Alan. You've had a busy weekend and a busy night here, Rusty. It all began in 1973 at a racetrack not far from here, and now you've come full circle and one last shot at racing your brothers.
Yeah, that's cool.
What's been the highlight of this week?
I think the highlight of this week is all the different awards we've got. All the brothers and myself, and we get many, many awards. They dedicated entire grandstand down in turn 1 and 2 to the family. That was really cool. My kids were here. They were born in North Carolina, not St. Louis, and they're like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? They're really excited about it. Stephen and Katie and Greg's at home watching right now. Wish he was here with us. But it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to a great race tonight. We didn't qualify as well as we wanted to. Went out number 1. I really thought that hurt. But, hey, we got a long race tonight. We'll see what happens.
How much fun would it be to beat your brothers one time here tonight?
I'd rather beat the rest of the competitors. I wish all 3 of us go across the line side by side. Now, that'd be really cool.
My guess is you want to be first, though. Right, Alan?
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I would think so. And now the pressure on Rusty Wallace, the leader.
Hey, Rusty's running better than I thought he would on those tires. That 14 car is just coming. He's cruising.
Thank you.
Get it?
Yeah. Appreciate you hanging with me there. Sorensen with a look on Wallace. Not able to. Here's Stremme for the outside move. He's going to find that lane plugged with the race leader. Who's going to give?
Just 14 car. Just, wow. Rolls in the corner so much better, and that's what you on a place like this. If you can do that and get away with it on the outside like that, you're gone.
Come out third to first in a lap. David Stremme out in front, seeking his first NASCAR Busch Series win. There's a caution, and it's Rusty Wallace. Yellow flag is out, and
yeah, Rusty was doing everything he could on that set of tires. That's the problem when you stay out on those tires. You get to a point, and the things like driving on ice.
Question is, did he get help while he was sliding?
He may have. You had guys on better tires. That's what I'm saying, like what happened earlier. You got to be careful when you got guys.
No, brother, Kenny got dinged up in it too. That's Kenny Wallace. Well, certainly not the way Rusty envisioned this night ending, as he raced for the final time in his hometown of St. Louis. And let's go back and see what happened to put us under caution for the 6th time.
Well, you see Rusty left your screen get turned.
Yeah.
And there again, when you're on tires like that and guys are behind you on better tires, you pick up the throttle differently than a guy on bad tires will. And we've seen that twice tonight.
It's John Wood in the 47. And the Stacy Compton in 59 is going to get a piece of Rusty as he comes by through the smoke.
And Boyer gets around somehow, and there's Kenny to the right in the smoke, and I'm sure he just got ran into.
60 laps to go, and a huge crowd tonight at Gateway International Raceway near St. Louis, turning out to see the Wallace brothers, the Wallace family tribute 250. But one of the Wallace brothers not faring very well in these recent moments. Lindsay is with him.
I am, and you see massive work being done to the back of Rusty Wallace's car. Rusty, it looked like the 47 turned into you. What happened?
We stayed out on tires, which was not a smart move. The car was really quick tonight. We were knocking a lot of people out, and we figured if we stayed out there having so many caution flags that we'd be okay and catch the next one. 4 tires the next time and 2 tired after that and bring it on home, maybe get a victory. But they just went caution-free forever. We got loose, and I was just kind of slow in the center of 3 and 4, and I come off of 4, and the 47 got into me, and that was it.
Are you guys able at all to get back out there? I mean, these guys are sitting here working their butts off.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to try to. They're working real hard to get it. It didn't even put a dent in the front of the car, just knocked the their tail off it, so they're trying to get it back out and get some points.
What about the emotions, Rusty, of racing out there?
Oh, it was good. It was an easy race. No problem. It's just that right there at the end, I'm going, man, we screwed up. We should have put tires in this thing. And it's hard to pass on this racetrack, and so we were going for the track position. It didn't work out.
Rusty Wallace leads on old tires.
Yeah, you don't see ducks at night.
Yeah.
There's a sitting duck right there.
Elliott Sadler washes up the track a little bit. Kenseth has 4 fresh tires in that 17 car. He has led 342 of 425 laps.
Sadler's all over Rusty Wallace. He's going to take a look. He's there. He is there.
And Rusty could go back a long way here.
Yeah, I mean, he just can't hold these guys off with what you got right now.
Trying to get in front of Terry Labonte and does.
With Rusty Wallace, who finished 5th tonight. Rusty, your final call at the Bristol Motor Speedway. A top 5 okay for you?
That wasn't too bad, was it? A top 5 finish. That was pretty strong. I got a pit road penalty speed for entering too quick, and they got me way behind. But we kind of got back in sync. I guess I should have come down and put 4 tires on when Kenseth's come in, but man, I just did not want to get back in that pack, and so I was just holding on.
You had to fight for track position. You didn't want to keep it, right?
You had to fight for it. You sure did, and I fought for it, and that was a good, strong finish. If somebody told me I could walk away with a top 5 finish at Bristol, I go, okay, I'll take it, but I do want to win.
Proud moment for Rusty here. This place has been very, very good to him. Didn't get his 10th win, but he does walk away with a top 5 finish. Matt?
Bill, we have seen a number of celebrations so far, but one celebration that you didn't see was Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace, old friends congratulating each other on making it into the chase. Special moment for you, Rusty.
Yeah, it was. I was real happy Mark made it. He's a great friend of mine, and I came up and told him, I said, man, you guys ran great tonight. I know you got the laps down, but boy, you were flying out there. And he said, you know what, I watched you all night long. He said, I tell you what, dude, you can win this championship the way you're running. And I said, I appreciate it. So we did a lot of talking like that.
When you look at the way the chase is set up, every track that you go to will be your final race there. So there is no next year. Does that change your approach mentally from maybe years past?
Yeah, it really does, because I'm approaching every single race like it's the last race. I'm not looking 2 and 3 races down the road. To me, Loudon, New Hampshire is going to be everything in my life. Then after that, when I go to the next race, it's everything. Dover, Delaware, whatever it is. But I've been taking that approach all year long, and it's been paying dividends. And you know, Larry Carter, man, this guy is just, I think he's probably one of the strongest crew chiefs in the garage area right now. You know, he might not be real, he doesn't claim to be technical savvy with, you know, all the trick stuff, but I'll tell you what, you talk about a leader. This guy can rally all the team members behind him, makes everybody believe in Rusty, and he makes them work, and gosh, they get along good. And I think that's the main reason we've run so well this year and got ourselves back up a championship form like we used to be.
So many single-digit finishes over the past 12 weeks.
Yeah. A lot of top 5s, a couple second places, a lot of big finishes like that, which were really, really good. And a top 5 tonight, a top 5 at Martin's, or yeah, Bristol, I guess it was. And just a lot of stuff like that. Wife down there waving at me.
You said that you don't have to win a race in the chase to win the championship, but that would sure send you out in a big way.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you something. You don't have to win a race to win a championship. 1993, I won 10 races, and Earnhardt beat me by 12 points. And I drove my brains out, and he was consistent, and I had a lot of DNFs, and he deserved to win, and he did. But you don't have to win, but you know, I do want to win, because when I'm all done, I really want to have that image amongst all my fans that I was a winner, you know. And look, I'm on top of my game right now, and every athlete wants to go out on top of the game, and it feels so good right now to be every single week laying these numbers down. We moved into 3rd in the points tonight. That was a really neat run. But you know, I'm loving life right now, and I'm going to miss the sport, no doubt about that, but it's one race at a time right now.
One word, if you could win anywhere in the chase, what's the one track?
Homestead, Florida. I want to go out a winner. I want to win the thing, walk off the line, and go, see you later, guys. It's been great, you know. So it'd be that. Look, I love all these tracks, but I want to leave sometimes the first impression is the lasting impression, and all these fans that leave Homestead would have this lasting impression. And I just want to leave a good positive influence on all my fans and all my media people that have helped me my whole career, you know, with a great finish and being on top of my game and going, man, that guy was kicking it right to the last lap, man. He was driving his wheels off, and that's what I'm doing now.
Bill, the dream of every legendary athlete, your final game, your final race, you want to go out with a W.
Matt?
With Rusty Wallace, who came on late here at Dover. Rusty, how close was that?
It was a good run for us. The car was solid top 5 all day long. I just couldn't quite get up in the lead and battle for that. But Kyle Busch and I had a good battle all day long. It seemed like I was bumper to bumper with him throughout the day. 3rd place finish is good for the points. I think that moved us up maybe a spot or something like that. It was a good solid run. I wish I could have got the car turning just a little bit better. But you know, I won't be driving it no more. This is my last run here. So whether I need a 50 pounds of spring in that left front or a 16 smaller sway bar, doesn't make a difference now. Might for the new driver, who knows?
We'll put that in the notes, Marty.
Trouble on the backstretch. Car around.
But Rusty Wallace. One blowing up on the back.
Rusty Wallace. More trouble for another contender in the chase for the Nextel Cup.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson did not want to see this. Left front tires flat. Of course, that could have happened as he spun around back there. Yeah, Chad, you didn't want to see that caution flag, did you?
Last call for Rusty Wallace here at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Two-time winner here. It's Brian Vickers, yep.
Just got busy back there. Yeah, he did. What else to say? Johnny Sauter, the 09 car, passed he and the 25 of Vickers.
Rusty Wallace had a fairly clean night until the last few laps. What happened? I just lost it. I drove up underneath the 25 car. I've had a flat tire, had loose lug nuts. I just kept getting laps down. Finally got every one of the laps back and got back up in there as we're going for it. I said, man, just hammer down. There's nothing to lose. And I went for it, and I was just passing like crazy. The car was handling great. And I caught the 25 car, and I went to go to the outside, and I see he moved up. He was taking my line because he knew I was going up there. That's fine, fair game. And then I could see he was just blocking the top of the racetrack up, so I just shot to the bottom. When I shot to the bottom, I had it made all through 1 and 2. Then I just, on the exit of the turn, I just got loose, and it got off from underneath me, and that was it.
Rusty Wallace around into the wall. Off of turn 2, looked like Jeff Burton got in the back of him.
Second week in a row, a late race crash for Rusty Wallace. Marty?
And immediately Jeff Burton came on the radio and said, hey, you tell Rusty I'm sorry, but he just came to a stop off of turn 2. I did not mean to hit him, but I'm the one who spun him.
Rusty Wallace starts the furthest back of all the chase contenders. Rusty, what kind of challenges you guys facing today?
I got a lot of challenges, man. I don't want to start back this far, and I thought I had a great qualifying lap the other day. I felt like I was running 3,000 mile an hour around there qualifying, but didn't go anywhere. So, look, I got a long way to make up. I got a good pit crew, and I'm going to stay working on this car all day long. That's all I can do, and I'm going to drive hard.
Let's go to Marty.
That car was as fast as up on the wall. Turn 2. A couple of cars involved. Turn 2. They're still crashing. Yeah, it looked. I was watching up there, and it looked like a right front tire blew on whatever car that was, hit the wall first. It might have been Skinner. And it's Kevin LePage in the 66th. I hear something about a flat tire. I think Skinner blew right front tire because he shot way up the racetrack. He was down low.
And here's the disadvantage of qualifying far back in the field. Rusty Wallace, one of contenders for the Nextel Cup, clearly got a big piece of this.
Watch the green car. He's down low. See right there, Mike loses a tire, and he just goes. I don't know how he got through that without being run over, but right front tire definitely went down on that car. And he just touches the 66 as he goes uphill, just barely touches the left rear of the 66. Now, I guess Rusty's going to come along and run into the 66. Would be my guess.
Nowhere to go.
I guess.
Boy, third straight week, Rusty Wallace has had trouble.
So, Rusty, here we are. You finished tonight 13th, and now you got to kind of walk away. You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It hasn't really sunk in yet until Larry walked up and said, man, I'm gonna miss you, man. But my whole team's come up saying that. You know, it was a good run tonight. I finished 13th on the lead lap. I didn't have any controversy. My fans treated me like $1 million. It was fabulous. I got a lot of cool awards all year long, and I feel like I went out with style and class, and that's what I wanted to do. I would have liked to gotten a top 10 there at the end, or hey, won the thing, but it wasn't meant to be. But, hey, we were strong all night long, but my poor qualifying run kept me in the back, and I just couldn't get back to the front.
And a big hug for Larry there. Talk about the fact that, I mean, he was the one that really kept you competitive all year.
Larry's kept me competitive for 2 years. He's taught me a lot, and he just walked up to me and said, man, thanks for teaching me so much. I said, hey, that's a two-way street, man. You taught me a lot. You're one of the best crew chiefs ever had. I've had some good ones, but Larry's a real good one, and he's going to be an asset to this sport and this team, that's for sure.
You addressed all the drivers today in the drivers' meeting. Do you feel like you've taught the sport a little yourself?
I'm real proud of where the sports came, and I don't want anybody to screw it up. We worked real hard to build the fan base and make this a real popular sport, and so I just wanted all those drivers the young and old to make sure that they know that this is a privilege driving these cars, and respect these fans and respect these sponsors and respect everybody, and that's what I've tried to do. And hey, they're all good ones. They'll be fine.
You've heard from the fans all season long. What have they told you they'll miss about Rusty Wallace on the track?
Yeah, they just want me to run another year, and I'm not going to do that. This is done. I finished, and I'm comfortable with my decision. I'm going to spend some time with my family now, spend some time with Patty like I've neglected her for a long, long time, and just hang out in different parts, television stuff, my son Steven, Greg, Katie, the Penske's, the race team, my car dealerships, the new television stuff I'll do next year, probably in the years behind, things like that. I probably need to go to bed, wake up with a new clear thought and see what happens.
But the main thing is that Rusty Wallace, though done behind the wheel, is still in the sport and still in the spotlight to some extent.
It felt good to go out on top of my game. That's what I wanted to do. I was able to keep it in the top 10 of the championship. I think we finished 8th. Ran strong all night long. Good pit stops, good everything. It was just a fabulous day. Like I said, I wish we could have gotten the top 10 or even won, but I think the fans enjoyed that run.
Another top 10 season for Rusty Wallace, an incredible career in NASCAR.
And that was just a moment ago. Dave Burns talking with Rusty Wallace.